Well, hello there. And this is your auntie. And right now, I am a sexy librarian. Hey, hi, everybody. And this is Auntie. And we are here for our live chat and nightcap talking all things Love After Lockup, Season 1, Episode 7, Season Finale, From Prison Cells to Wedding Bells. If this is your first time being here, please like, comment, and subscribe to Auntie's channel. And to all of my new subscribers, thank you so much for joining the channel and being part of this family. And to all of my nieces and nephews who have been with me for the long haul, thank you very much for your continued support. We're going to go ahead on and get into this live chat and nightcap. For some reason, I do not see the comments coming up. So let me see if I can put my librarian glasses on and put those comments up on the side. Let me see. Hmm. How we do these comments. Let's see. Auntie gonna get it together, y'all. Okay. There we go. Well, let me see. I can't see y'all comments. I'm sure y'all are out there commenting, but I sure can't see them. Let's see. Auntie was trying something new so that I would not be crashing and burning up on this Marty Dotty. We like to party. We don't start trouble, but we don't bother nobody. So I guess I can't see it. Okay. And that's okay with me as long as y'all are out there. Let me bring it up on my phone so I can see if I can get it up on my phone over here so I can see some of this stuff that's going on up on. How y'all doing this Sunday? Y'all ready to go head on and get into this daggone thing? I'm gonna bring it up on my phone so I can see some of the comments that are going on the channel. Yeah, 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 yeah. I turn the volume down so the volume, I don't get that feedback and all of that stuff. Okay, hi y'all. I see y'all out there now. I see all of the first person was Sierra Banks. Hi, Sierra. Thank you for being here, boo. I see C. Foster, Leah Valentine, Jennifer, Madam Medell Sosa, 1881, Tasha Smith, Sweet Curls, Shuggy Huggy. Okay, Abu. Shawnee J, Josie F. Hi, Josie. Mwah. And I see my Susan B, my Gazelle Estrange from Houston. Hi, Bo. I see Leo Goddess, Tiffany Davis, Gigi Rivera, Felicia Fortufu. Okay. Mahogany Lewis, C. Foster, Cher Reese, My Chocolate Thunder. What's up, Bill? Atlanta B. Merlin Alfred. What's up, Merlin? Hey, Jasmine. Hey, Miss Michelle. I see Deborah Dunn. Yes, Stephanie Cole, Katie Coco. What's up? Cindy MP, YT29. Hey, Sierra. Hey, y'all, Lady Marion, CC Scott. I see a lot of y'all. Lena S. Brandy, Queen Stars, My World. Hey, Jennifer. Okay, Shallow. What's up? Okay. I see Kim began. Yes, y'all is out here tonight. We are going to go hit. Y'all like my sexy library. So tonight in our season finale, Auntie decided that she won't going to bring in a wine glass. We're gonna go ahead on and go ghetto style, just like they did. And I got a McDonald's card. Clang, clang, clang. Okay. All right. We're going to say cheers to all things Love After Lockup season finale. Um, these mofos is crazy. Okay. Cheers, y'all. You take that? Okay. So we're gonna go ahead on and get into this thing. Y'all know I'm gonna talk about them, and I'm gonna put all of them together at one time. Okay. All right. So the first person that I want to talk about, that I just think is just, should not come back next season at all, is that cotton freaking Mary and Dominique. We see Mary, at her apartment and everything, and girl is basically getting ready to get married. He's going to go ahead on to marry her because, he feels like she held it down for him. And so he feels, I guess, obligated to go ahead on and marry the chick. She's like, do you want to do any vows? He's like, hell no. I just want to go down. We going to get Stella. We going to go down here and basically, we going to go ahead on and get married. I mean, the man has not been really interested in doing anything with her. And it's sad. It's one thing, he goes to jail. He's this rambunctious type of gangster guy, and then he comes out, and he's not the kind of man that she's used to, nor the kind of man that she seems like she's really attracted to. She keeps talking about how Dominique is just not the same anymore and stuff like that. Almost like, he went to jail and he came out in a vegetative state. You understand what I'm saying? But as long as the D works the same, everything is all good and everything for her. I know that a lot of the stars have been saying that a lot of this stuff has been edited to make them look like idiots. And I just want to say to WeTV, thank you. We appreciate the idiots that you have made them look like. And we have enjoyed the ride, haven't we, y'all? We have enjoyed this ride. So anyway, basically they go down to the boat, and he doesn't want to do any serious vows. He just wants to do the ones that they're gonna make him do. And he got Stella, and basically the minister's standing there waiting for him. They don't have any friends, no families, nobody there to witness this event. And I don't know why she would compromise in such a way, other than the fact that she just was really desperate and pressed to marry him. She felt like he owed her that. And who wants to be with somebody that feels like, basically, I'm just doing this out of obligation because you held it down for me. I'm hoping that Mary and Dominique stay together for a long, long, long time over there in Canada. At the end of the episode, it just basically said, he's back to work, he's an iron worker and all of that kind of stuff. Excuse me. So I'm hoping that, I'm just wishing them the best. Hell with them. I mean, what the hell with them. They The next person I want to go ahead on and talk about is our girl Angela. Y'all, what a complete and total train wreck Angela has been. I wish we had saw more of Angela's story. I was hoping that Tony was gonna get out, but it looks like Tony is, must have done something. We don't know what it is. So we see Angela, she's basically, at her house or trailer. Okay, trailer. Let's just call it. She's at her trailer. And she's in there counting all the money that she basically has. And the money that she got, is basically, seemed like it was like $500, because by the time she paid for her rent and paid for, Tony's $200 that she sends him a month, to basically her ass only had $40 now. I can't even imagine like counting my stuff out, and at the end of it, I got $40 up. But this is her life. She said that it seemed like Tony gonna be in jail forever and ever, amen. And she basically is tired of sending him the money. But then she turns around in the same her breath, in the same breath, and says, okay, but you know what? I sent him extra when I think he did good. Like, what the hell could he have done to make me send him extra? Like, okay, so he straightened up his bed every day. He rolled the joint up and tucked it away. Did he like flush the toilet, wipe the toilet? Was he good on the yard? I mean, did he pump an extra couple of, like what could he have done that shows that he has better behavior or good behavior that can be rewarded with an extra 10 or $20? But anyway, so she counts out all her bills and all of that kind of stuff. And then she decides, you know what I'm going to do? along with this $200 that I'm going to send to this man who didn't get out of jail. I'm going to go ahead on and bless him with some sexy photo pictures. So we see her coming over to her girlfriend's house, Brenda. She got, a couple of little sequence dresses and stuff like that, things she picked up from, a Goodwill Kids Salvation Army there. And so she's taking her little photo shoot. She said these are the sexiest pictures that she's ever sent to Tony. And I'm thinking, well, goddamn, if you sent anything else to Tony, evidently you must have been sitting up in the burlap bag. But okay, I digress because what she had on that little that little toddler outfit, I said, I mean, damn, she looking like a toddler. So she got a little taller outfit on and everything. She like sexy librarian. Sexy librarian. And I'm just like, oh my God, like, do people really live like this? Like, if y'all got neighbors that live like that, tell your cousins in the comments section, okay? Because I'm just looking and I'm saying, boy, you got a taller little romper on. And you talking about this is the sexiest he's ever seen us now. We saw her when she came through the door. She had some sequence dresses and a couple of things like that. So, maybe, we TV, cut it in and edited and they ain't want to show her in the other little outfits. But I don't give a damn what she put on. But that rag of mouth and that raggedy, straggly hair look like it's bleached just to the point where if you touch it, it just frazzle and just fall off her damn scalp. I mean, like, this woman is a cotton freaking train wreck. We TV, please bring this bitch back next season because I'm telling you right now, we want to see her in all her glory. We want to see Tony out of jail. Tony evidently is still in jail. It doesn't, I don't know what happened, but Tony is still in jail. And I really want to see some more of her story. So she sits down there with Brenda and everything, and she was like, Brenda's my girl. She's my most trusted friend. I ain't got that many of them, but I trust the hell out of Brenda. So when Brenda opened up her mouth, she popped that little bottle and everything, so pouring that little orange juice, all the time. She was like, yeah, Brenda been in jail herself, so I brought her here, to give a testimony. So Brenda starts with her testimony and everything, the piano playing. Doom, 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 doom. Yeah, I was in jail myself. And when I was in jail, most people in jail, they lie and they say, that what the crap is this popping up on my screen? So she like, I was in jail and everything. And after I had 3 tricks that I was talking to. And and the 3 tricks that I was talking to. I said, God, she sounded like a pack of cigarettes talking. And I was talking to the 3 tricks and everything. And I ain't mean nothing that I was right. Everybody in jail wants somebody to, tell them that they love them, tell them that they sexy, tell them that, they involved. I said, get this bitch an oxygen tank, okay? Because God, she need a filter on her mouth. So anyway, she's going on and talking about, how she, had these 3 guys and one of the guys picked her up. He picked her up at night. I don't know what kind of jail you get out at night. But she said she was on the road, you know what I'm saying, on I-95, and she was riding and everything. And by the time morning came, that ass was out there hitchhiking because, basically she had lied to him and she didn't want to be with him. And so, then, she's basically sitting up there and telling her girlfriend, look, let me tell you, boo, this man, he ain't about you. Tony ain't about you. He told you he was getting out. His ass didn't get out. As soon as he called you, with a story in the game. He was tap dancing and everything. And the next thing you know, he's sitting up there asking her for more money. And she's like a dumbass sent it to him. And, basically she's trying to tell her girlfriend over a glass of mimosa that basically you being used. But the first thing that Angela gonna say out of her damn mouth is, you know what, I'm not being used. I ain't no fool. Tony really, really loved me. But in the segment before then, Angela, you was sitting up there talking about how you got second thoughts and you thinking that maybe he is playing you. Let me help you out with everything, okay? He's playing you. He don't give a damn about your old ass. And when you send those pictures over to the jail with the $200, that joint is gonna be in the nearest toilet bowl, and they're gonna be using that joint for toilet paper. You understand what I'm saying? May even take the Polaroid pictures and wrap that joint up and turn it into a shank. He don't have. Let me tell you, Angela. Don't nobody look. There's somebody for everybody, but I'm afraid your somebody is just not Tony. Tony is fine. He got his body all buffed up and all that kind of stuff. He's using you for money. As soon as he get out, he gonna be just like your girlfriend Brenda. He's gonna eat that steak. He gonna give you a little bit of, give you a little bit of the D, and then he out the door, boo. He don't care anything about you. Seriously, like nothing. And I don't know why you hanging on. You got a son. Your son is 2 years older than him. So baby, basically, you taking care of somebody else, somebody else's child. And as soon as he get out, he gonna do what he do with the whoop whoop and the con freaking boo boo boo. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come out here and I'm gonna look and I'm gonna see, what y'all comments and stuff like that. Um, Let me see some of y'all comments. I'm gonna read some of y'all comments. Okay. Let's see. What a desperate woman. She doesn't even know him. That came from Clinique. Hey, Clinique. Tony is a catfish. He is not in jail. I don't know. Oh, thank you for this $10 super chat. Oh, I didn't know you could super chat while I was on here like this. Oh my God. Thank you so much. Oh my God. How sweet is that? Angela was getting her throwback glamour shots, photo shots going on with her homegirl. That was from C. Foster. Hi, boo. Hey, Zena64. Hey, Nessa G. There's no way in hell I'm going to give any man more money than I keep for myself. Right, because at the end of that, she gonna have 40 cotton freaking dollars left to her name for the month. Like, what kind of job does she have? Like, even a trash man had $40 left after he pay all that child support. I don't understand this old woman. It's Sam. Hey, I see you out there. They using the picture as a target practice in the back. That came from Queen Stars My World. Bertha Jackson says she can find any man that will take her money. Exactly. Why does she have to be with Tony? Like, okay. Oh, they got another super chat. Thank you, Bella Bella. Bella says, this is my first super chat. You make me laugh. Thank you. Thank you, sweetheart. You see the sexy library? I'm the sexy library tonight. Okay. Thank you so much for that. Okay. Bianca Donjon said $40 are her cigarettes for. She had already tucked that cigarette money away. Like, I could not believe that her and her girlfriend Brenda sound like they straight up need filters. Like, they need to be menthol cigarettes. You understand what I'm saying? So the next couple, y'all, that we're going to go ahead on and talk about and get this over with is Scott and Lizzie. Can we have a moment of prayer? Just, you know what? Let's just have a moment of silence. All right, that's all. Scott is sitting up there in his house with a daggone box that is just molded and mildewed, got water stains all over. He got tools and all that kind of stuff in there. I guess that's in his garage. I don't know what the hell. But he just looked like a white Sanford and Son. You see what I'm saying? He had all this garbage in there. If you look in the back, he had all kinds of books in the back. He had cars and engines and transmissions and all kinds of just, he's just nasty. Okay, so he sits up here and then he feels like, okay, now I gotta go ahead and tell Lizzie what's going on. Like Lizzie don't know what the hell's going on. Lizzie asked when she got on that phone and he told her that she was looking at another 12 years, cried on spot. Like it was like action. One, two, three, cry. Oh God, no. I've been trying to be straight in here and do the right thing. Oh Scott, I don't know what to do. Scott, I just want you here. I just want you to help me, God. If that wasn't the phoniest crying that I've ever heard in my life. If I was a cameraman, I would not have even been able to film that BS. Like Scott sits up there and says to hear Lizzie crying for real. If y'all notice, he said for real. So this was the real cry. This was her really crying out, spare not. Lizzie was not crying, Scott. Lizzie sat up there and said, Scott, I just don't know how did you know you're probably gonna leave me. You're probably not gonna stay with me, Scott. You're probably not gonna stay with me. You're probably gonna leave me, Scott. I know, God. I gotta try to do the right thing. I'm trying to do it. I'm gonna say the most, lick my crack and you never live until I just want you to lick my crack. God is sitting up there on the stairs crying. I don't know why Scott is crying. But let me just say this. This woman don't care two rats behinds about Scott. If any of you all have been following this trick on Instagram and on Twitter, she has been talking about every one of the cast members. She sits out there and she says that Scott is the biggest trick she ever had. And then she puts us laughing at LOL and a smiley face behind it. This woman don't care two rap behinds about Scott. She's trying to make it seem like she is joking, but this woman is serious as I don't know what. She knew damn well before Scott even called on that phone why she was not released from prison. And Scott sits up there and says that he is going to stay with her. I think that he is just a sad soul. He's desperate. He's lonely. He doesn't have anything. Look, he is absolutely unattractive. He looks very oily and greasy. He looks like he lives in petroleum. Like I'm talking about the kind of petroleum that you put in your car, that the petrol, the gas that you put in your car, along with a big ass. Like the guy is just very unattractive. His teeth are separated out. And I mean, he looks like he's just like his whole mouth is just an abbreviation, just an abbreviation of teeth. And I'm just like, he's just the ugliest thing that I've ever seen. But at the end of the day, like Michelle so eloquently said at Andrea's wedding, every part's got a lid. I just wish that Scott would just fix himself up, build up his self-esteem, and leave this Lizzie woman alone. She has gone out, or excuse me, on Twitter, and she has read Jonna for filth. And I just really do believe that this woman is playing games with him. Allegedly, she is supposed to be out of jail in 2018, the end of this year. So let's see if that happens. I don't know what kind of lawyer he got. I don't know what kind of money he has. But $14,000 in legal bills would have been just, she just would have had to pay it herself. I don't know why, they didn't have a reunion show because from my understanding, they're not having one. But they really need to hook him and Angela up. Like both of them are smutty and dirty. You know what I'm saying? Both of them. They just a hot ass mess. But you know what? Let her be the lid for his daggone pot. Why he won't get together with her? This woman is desperate and she's crying out for love. So I don't know why they would not put the two of them together. I don't know. Scott, Angela, if you all are listening to me, hook up, exchange numbers or something. I mean, you know what? Email me. I'll get y'all in contact with one another. it's just this Lizzie girl. She's no good, and excuse me, Scott, she's a waste of your life. You only look like you got, maybe about a good 2 years to live. And Angela looked like she got about at least 6 months. But what y'all can do is go ahead on and hook together and put that oil in that daggone cigarette together and just blow the damn house down. I mean, y'all, it's just y'all just horrible. And I just, you know what? Next year, we TV, we do want Scott to come back because we want to see Lizzie get out of jail and we want to see Tony get out of jail. So yeah, go ahead on and bring them two back. Do like a summer series and everything. I'm here for it. And I'm sure everybody else is here for it. But this Lizzie woman is playing games with him. She's sitting up there asking him, are you going to stay there? You going to be there for me? And he's like, yeah, and then after soon as he said that, "Yeah, I got you and I'm going to hold it down for you," she was like, "All right, then. So, I'm going to go ahead on the back and do what I was doing and everything. And I'll talk to you later. Love you, Scott. Love you to death." But what happened to all of that crying? This girl is a con artist, y'all. I've looked at her jail pictures and she looked just as smutty and dirty. Like, seriously, Lizzie, you're not attractive, boo. I don't know what kind of guys that are, hitting you up on your prison Twitter and all of that kind of stuff. But let me tell you, boo, you absolutely not attractive. So you know what? We're gonna go ahead on and move off of them. Let me look at some of y'all comments and see what y'all saying out there. I see Sarah's out there doing her job. Hey, Sarah. Lena S said Virginia Slim's up in that trailer. Yes, Alice Rain got all of them. Okay. The cigarette envelope. Yes. Yes, Jasmine Martinez. She said they'd be perfect for each other. I agree with you. Absolutely agree. Scott is a hopeless case. Yes, he is Josie F. Lena I said if Andrea is on what is it? If Andrea was she? Oh shoot, it done left that daggone fad. Sir, how you be keeping up with these? Good googity goo. Scott needs a facial. Imagine what he could have done with his house. Life fake. Right. Scott is a straight drunk. She got all kinds of drinks up on here. And that damn cry was so fake. Yes, it was. Like, I don't know why he is so gullible and he's so green. I don't know what has happened to him in his life. His son looks very, nice and kept up. And that's the thing I don't understand about these crazy mofo. Their kids look like they together, like, but their parents are crazy as hell. And I really, really believe that a lot of it has to do with editing. I don't believe that some of these people are as crazy as they are, except for Andrea. And let's go ahead on and get into Jonna. Jonna is sitting up there with her friends, y'all. She's sitting up there with her girlfriend and she's getting her hair done. And she's, really already regretting her decision and regretting saying yes to Garrett. Bottom line, this girl wants what almost a lot of women want. They want the marriage of a lifetime. And she has compromised everything. She done went out here and brought a little white dress, several white dresses because she's anticipating all the celebratory occasions and stuff like that, which we all do as women. So the girlfriend is fixing her hair and everything, and I just, I didn't see the difference between the way John the hair usually look. But okay, I digress. So she's getting ready and everything for her wedding, and she's just like, I don't want to elope with him. Really in my heart. I mean, this is what he wants to do. I imagine my father being there, my friends being there, and I just ain't gonna have anybody there. In the meantime, we see Garrett putting his shoes on and all of that kind of stuff. It ain't nothing like some bum man living up in a woman's house. You know what I'm saying? Having his own cotton freaking dreams and aspirations on how he want to ruin her life. He has no regard for her father, so he's going to sit out there and fake like he wants to marry her in order for and she's supposed to be so happy about this. Like, I really got some feelings about it on both sides, and I'm gonna be honest with y'all about it. I really do. So she's getting dressed and all of that kind of stuff, and they driving over in the car to elope. It ain't a damn thing romantic about that. Instead of this girl just straight up telling him, look, this is not what I want for my life. I've already made enough sacrifices for you. And what I'm not going to do is sacrifice any more of my happiness for you. She goes along with the plan. She goes all the way down to the beach property, the beachfront casino where he works at. He walks out there with his trifling ass and walks in the sand with his little, oh my God, little Buster Brown ass shoes on, leaning to the side, talking like, some, oh my God, like there's nothing about Garrett that I like. He walks up there and he ain't got nothing but some damn rose petals on the ground and an awning and talk about he really went all out for this. But you didn't go all out for that. You put something together. Them people threw something together real quick within an hour and you had that girl set up to come down there. But Johnny, that damn dress that you had on, that little tight ass dress with that little train hanging off the back, I said, the hell is that? So, she walking all day, all in the bathroom with the little wedding coordinator because they went on live and she was like, the girl wasn't a bartender. She wasn't this, she wasn't that. She was a wedding coordinator. I don't give a hell what she was. You was in the bathroom with moons on the back of the toilet stool, toilet bowl doors, looking like you up in somebody's barn. And you sitting up there compromising and daggone well that this is not what you want to do, John, with your dumb ass self. And then you gonna sit out there and come out there on Instagram and keep bashing Nelly and telling the story about Nelly and all of that old kind of stuff. All of that stuff has gotten old. Nelly and Garrett ain't got nothing. Let me tell you something, Jonna. The best vengeance, honey, is to live your life and get on the up. Stop going back and being on Instagram and talking about this and what they did and what they did. Let me tell you something. Garrett gonna have his day in court. This man did not appreciate the woman that he had. Now, I'm not saying that he needed to marry her. That ain't what I'm saying at all. But what I'm saying is when you do somebody dirty like that, you never can win. You never win when you are dirty. And what Garrett did to her was absolutely dirty. You outside riding in a car with some skank. Yeah, I said it, a skank. And you gonna sit up there, get locked up, and then go build a girl out. You and the girl buying a car together. The girl they said got a daggone credit score of 350. I think you get a credit score of 350 when you're born. When you come out your mommy's coochie out, when you come out the womb, that's your credit score, 350. So how in the hell she's a grown woman and she gonna sit up there on Instagram and tell me I brought my house with cash, I brought this with cash, I brought that with cash. You damn right you brought it with cash because you ain't got no credit anytime your credit score is 350. Jonna, leave them alone. Don't come out on Instagram. We don't want to hear anything else about Garrett or anything. Garrett is going to get his. Let me tell you, he is messing with scum. And when you lay with scum and you lay with flies and you lay with dogs and you lay with pigs, guess what? You get up and you be the same thing. Eventually, Garrett is his time is going to run out on him. He said that he didn't want you as a warden. And you know what? Jonna was hard on him. She was hard on him. She was pressed. She's a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. But he knew that stuff the whole time that he was in jail. And one thing about it was when she got all the way down there and she decided that she was not going to marry him. To a man, there is nothing lower than a woman that's going to come all the way out there and then embarrass you at the altar, leave you at the altar. That's embarrassing. That I'm sure that took a lot out of his ego. It took a lot out of his personality. Now, was she wrong for doing that? Absolutely, she was wrong for doing that because she should have made that decision up before then. And then after you do it, you're really unsympathetic. You're going to sit up there and say, well, I can at least put the flowers in some water. We still can have a good time. No, we can't have no good time. You can't leave me at the altar and then expect me to, be like, ride or die, still in love with you and even still willing to work out the relationship or the situation. I absolutely see Garrett's side in that particular instance. However, him moving on and doing all this kind of stuff with this other girl and breaking up with Jonna. Allegedly, according to Jonna, they broke up in November. 3 weeks later, he was dating this stripper girl. And so this is the person allegedly he's supposed to be living with. And you know what I say, Jonna? Let him go. Jonna came out on Instagram and even admitted to cheating on him. Now this girl saying like she says something and says, I let them touch my body, and I sucked a couple of D's, you know what I'm saying? So really I wasn't cheating on him. No, you was cheating. As soon as that thing went up in your mouth like that, as soon as it was up in your mouth like that, that's considered cheating. When you allow that man to touch your body and do all of that kind of stuff, Jonna, you was cheating. So you know what, the pot can't really call the kettle black, because you was doing what you was doing too with the whoop whoop and the boop boop boop. You was doing the same thing. So you know what, it's better. Look, both of them are not together. They both have, dumped a huge big bomb, and go on with your life. Stop getting out on Instagram. You, Nelly, and Garrett. Nelly gets out there. She makes a daggone post, and she's got her face covered the whole entire time. I said, what a punk. What a punk ass bitch. Get up. You going to be with the woman's man, and you going to sit out there and talk all that trash. Go ahead and show your face, ho. Show your face, ho. You got show your face. You want to do all of that? Show your face. What you scared for? You don't have nothing to be scared for. You didn't already, start messing with the woman's man 3 weeks after he was. And ain't no way in the world you gonna tell me, Nelly, that you wasn't messing with him before, because 3 weeks the man been going to the strip club seeing you ever since he came home from prison. So you mean to tell me you gonna say that you wasn't doing nothing with the man, and then you gonna sit out there on Instagram and say you took her man from her? Which one was it? Was it that you was cheating with Jonah's man, or you wasn't? You know what? Look, both of y'all be done with it. Don't bring them back next season, We TV. We don't need to see them. Their story is done and it's over with. Their little 5 minutes of fame will be over next week, and we won't think another damn thing about them. I don't care what they post. I even went out there today and blocked their asses, because I don't even want to see it anymore. I don't care anything about it. Forget about it. This fugazi. Okay. So I'm gonna put my glasses on and see what y'all saying out there. Oh, where y'all at? Let me see where y'all at. He was calling her bruh, said Jules Bernally. They're trying to stretch out their 15 minutes of fame. Yes, they are, Cherise. They have to keep it moving. Yes, they do. Show your face, ho. Okay, I'm sorry. They born. Yes, they are. Garrett thinks he is a player. He is more worried about how people see him than he is about living his life for himself. He has more growing up to do. Jonna dodged the bullet. Yes, she did, Jacqueline. Yes, she did. And that's what I was saying. She dodged a serious bullet. Inmates do not make boyfriends or girlfriends. No, they don't. They make inmates. Okay, Robin. That's y'all, Robin Yaski. Hi, sweetie. You knew. Welcome. Ava Cuthbert said she was talking to Nelly in jail too, but Jonna had the money. Okay, you knew too. Happy, welcome. Oh, it's a lot of new people out here. Jonna is boring and unattractive. He is a boy. Yes, he is. What happened to the minister on the beach? Jaws get him. Yes, he did, Miss Michelle. Garrett always hashtags prison bay and not half felon. Get over it. Yes, Leah Valentine. How about you know too? Uh-oh. Garrett is a little ass boy. Jonna is a little girl. They have a lot to learn. Yes, they do. Brandy, this is from Brandy. Brandy said, if I was Jonna, I'd look into him using her info for other things. Who knows what else he's done? But here's the thing about it that I disagree with John about. Thank you, Boo Boo, for bringing that up. I love y'all so much. Y'all love me. I love y'all too. I thank you for bringing that point up. John went out there and was talking about, when he bailed Nelly out of jail and everything, that he used her address. Well, whose address was he supposed to use? That's the address that was on his driver's license. When you go to bond somebody out or bail somebody out, they're going to take your driver's license from you. If he lived with Jonna, then he didn't use Jonna's address. He used his address. That's one thing about women. See, you want to take care of the man, and you want to do all of the stuff, you know what I'm saying? But then you want to be talking about what's mine, this mine, this mine, this mine, this mine, this mine. No, God dang it, you told us, Jonna, on the very first episode that you brought that house for him to live in. And so the address was on the driver's license. What the hell you thought? You thought he was going to use his grandmother's address? That ain't where the hell he live at. He live with you. So, don't sit up here and, buy these men and do all these things for this man, get a car, put the ring, like the bitch now she owes on the ring that he gave her because guess what? He used her as a second line on his daggone credit card. I mean, on the credit thing. So now she's not together with him. She got the ring and then she gonna tell him she can ready to sell it. You're never gonna get the value of the ring. Take the damn ring back. But here's the thing. When you sit up there and you buy a man a pair of shoes, expect that bitch to walk out your life because you don't ever give no man that much of your life, that much of your money. That's not what you do as a woman. Now, if you got an equal partnership, then I can understand, this is your husband and this is somebody, you're committed to for the rest of your life. I can see you spending money, but you're going to go out there and make a financial commitment to buy a house and say that I bought this house for Garrett. And then when he goes, whatever he does with that address, that's on him to do. The hell she mad about that for? You said you bought the house for? And see, you got to be careful with that kind of stuff because see, he can go to court and say, you know what, the house half mine. Be careful, women, what you do with your mouth and with your money. Okay, because your money just might cost you your mouth. But anyway, I digress. We're going to move on. Next person we're going to go ahead on and talk about is this raggedy ass Andrea. Lord Jesus, I need to take a drink. Y'all ready? Is y'all ready? We about to talk about Andrea. What did Anthony say? You said that was a good question. What question did Anthony have? Oh, let me see. Anthony. Is Jonna mother in the picture? Yes. She said, this girl's journey said, I need to lay down for this one. We need a long drink for that. Come on, Josie. Let's take a long step. Let's go. I'm gonna remain calm. So we see Andrea riding in the car. And I'm gonna tell you, Andrea's family, Lamar's family, whoever you are, you may as well go ahead on and hit that MF thumbs down button right now. You may as well thumbs this video all the way here down. Okay? Go ahead. We see Andrea riding in the car with her deceitful lying ass. She gonna ride had the kids in the car and she's, acting a butthole. Now, anybody that has ever talked to me, all of my nieces and nephews that have ever talked to me while I'm in the car, y'all know, y'all auntie got road rage. Okay? So I ain't gonna blame anybody for having road rage. But this girl's road rage comes from a whole nother place because this is one selfish woman. She's riding in the car and Nala is sitting in the back. Now let's remember she's 12 years old. She says, so Lamar, tell me some prison stories. You ever been shanked or dropped the soap in the shower? I said, Nala, what you know about dropping the soap in the shower? But he ain't say nothing dumb. And see, she ain't say nothing when she said that. You understand? Lamar ain't say nothing. So you got soap or shower gel, Lamar. And so, Andrea was like, Nana, no, no. Have you ever been shanked? Or have you ever dropped the soap in the shower? So anyway, he like, no, I ain't never been shanked or nothing like that. But um, I have been shot. So he goes on to tell her why, that he had been shot. Now here Lamar sits up here and talks about how he's not a liar. He doesn't tell lies and stuff like that. But it's mighty funny that he did not tell that girl from day one when he came home and was sitting up in that hotel or up in the car getting the works. The works. It's mighty funny he didn't tell her that, you know what, I did not fill out the paperwork that will enable me to come out to Utah. He sat there. We saw him talk to D-Lo D about, not being able to leave out, and that his probation officer said that he couldn't leave. First, we hear Lamar talk about that he couldn't leave for like 5 months. Then all of a sudden, we hear Lamar say that he could not, leave for 2 years. But he's sitting up there and they talking about he got a secret. No, Lamar, you got a lie that you got to get ready to tell the truth to. So, the thing about it is, they riding in the car and everything. And, he's talking about, Tennyson is sitting in the back and he's like, it's all right out here. She like, well, this ain't the ghetto. This the good side. Well, guess what? That's the good side where D-Lo D live. That ain't the good side where Lamar live. There's a difference between D-Lo D and Lamar. Now, D-Lo D, he looked like he making a little bit of money. He's a handsome guy and all that kind of stuff. He seemed like he got it together and that he, chose to be on a good path. I don't know if he had ever been in, the stuff with his brother, but he really seemed like he got his stuff together. So okay. So then, we see them get to arrive to the beach and everything. They all excited about the beach because Andrea is one of them type of bitches that like to bribe people. She tried to bribe Nala with $20, $40 to get out the car. And now, she done bribed a little girl with the beach, knowing damn well that it's cold as hell out there. We see Lamar sitting out there with a daggone fleece jacket on. You know what I'm saying? She got a jacket on. But you got the little girl out there, you know what I'm saying, with some shorts on and a bikini top that I did that could have been questionable. But you know what? She's only 12 years old. If she got the body and she wants to wear something like that, you know what I'm saying? I didn't see a problem with them. I know some people in my comments was talking about the little girl bathing suit and stuff like that. I don't think it's anything wrong with a little 12-year-old wearing a bikini. That's just my opinion. If my daughter had the shape, and when she did had the shape, and she still got the shape to wear that, she's just older and wiser. But when she was younger and all of that kind of stuff, and she wanted to wear little baby suits and stuff like that, I ain't have a problem with that. I mean, you know what the hell? So, okay. So the little girl, they going out there and it's cold out there. And Lamar sits down, with his little water bottle and everything and thinking he the man because all of a sudden Lamar has turned into the man. He's turned into the man that has all his stuff together. And like he's somebody prize. And, he like, when the hell did Lamar get up on a come up? When the hell did Lamar, become the man that everybody wants? Like he's beastly and everything. I like he flipped on me. I'm like Lamar flipped on me. And this is where we really get to see the character of both Lamar and Andrea, and we understand why they're together. See, the weeks prior to, we was thinking that, Lamar was, the head and all of that kind of stuff, and he was innocent and all this kind of stuff. But in this particular episode and last episode, we saw the cocky ass Lamar that think he got it going on because he living up in D-Lo D stuff. And, so now he got it all together and he's somebody's prize. Bitch, please, you 18 and a half years been in jail. Since when you been a prize to anybody? But you know what I said? I wasn't going to get riled up. I'm just going to tell her like it is. You know what I'm saying? And be a lady about it out here tonight. So they get to the beach and everything. And then Lamar tells her, basically, I ain't going to be able to come. She's like, oh, no, that's not going to work. That's not going to work. And he's like, no, it's going to work because I'm the man. I can't come to you. So you know what? If you want a whole family, then you need to come to me. Well, bitch, I'd rather have a half a family because I'm not going to uproot my children and move my children from Utah, where allegedly Andrea says that's where they deserve to be. Okay, now remember, she said this is where my children deserve to be. But then after a while, it didn't take a good 20 minutes. She didn't even have a pigeon to take a crap on her yet. And she didn't already made a decision that this is what she's going to do with her kids. Bitch, don't act like it took you no whole long time to make a decision. If you was really the mother that you should have been, Andrea, that would have taken you weeks to make a decision about. Weeks. You made a decision that will affect your children's life for a lifetime. You made that in a matter of an hour. Let's say you was even there an hour. So you know that this had to be scripted. You had to have already known. There's no way that you didn't know. When I had the opportunity to talk to Andrea, I already knew that Andrea was living in LA with Lamar. It is what it is. I'm not gonna come out here before the show is over and spill their tea. But guess what? Episode 7, y'all saw that she's married. I already knew it. Okay. Now, allegedly, she's pregnant right now. Now, I'm not going to confirm that and I ain't going to deny. I'm just going to say, just watch. So here we got Andrea sitting out there on the beach, faking like, she's supposed to be some honest woman. She wants Lamar to make her an honest woman. I don't give a good goddamn what he does. Andrea, you are never going to be an honest woman because your heart is so wicked and decrepit. And you just you just trifling in every way of being trifling. Sir, go ahead on and block the bitches that got anything else to say, that got anything to say. Block them now. This woman is trifling as hell. And let me tell you why you trifling. Because you raised up 3 kids. Now, your children are very intelligent. They articulate very well. They seem like they got it together. But you know what? I can't even credit you for that. I don't know whether or not you had someone else that was helping you to bring your children up or what. When I talked to you on the phone, Andrea, you really seemed like you had it together and you were an all right woman. And I was rooting for you, thinking the best of you. But this episode right here captured you and Lamar in your rarest form. I mean, it opened up. You all opened up like a goddamn flower. You are a deceiver. And that is one of the worst people that you can ever come across in your life. Somebody who pretends to be something that they really aren't. All you had to do was represent yourself the correct way. So you wanted to get to Auntie because you wanted to make sure that Auntie had a heart for you and Lamar. Now, you know what? Let me say this. I did have a heart for you and Lamar until this episode. You made a decision on that beach in less than an hour that you was going to uproot your children and take your children to Utah. Then you're going to sit up there and say, I'm the worst mother ever. And sit up there and act like you was really going to shed a tear over it. When you know daggone well, that was hilarious to you. You thought that shit was a joke. And it wasn't a joke. You don't care anything about your children. Lamar's going to sit up there in the car and say they think they only coming for 2 days. They getting ready to come for 2 years. And so now you sitting up there laid up in probably somebody else's place. And you got your children down there. He didn't introduce your son to marijuana while he was down there, allegedly. What have they introduced your daughter to? Have they broke her back yet? What they do to your daughter? What about little Priscilla with her innocent self? Then you gonna sit up there and say, you know what? I put myself out here, and I have, I'm ruining my children's lives, and I'm ruining my children's lives because I want to be with an inmate, and I want to be, I want to be with somebody who just got out of prison. Andrea, you knew that 6 years ago when you was talking to Lamar on the phone. You know you and Lamar had already had all the plans together. You knew damn well that Lamar did not apply to come to Utah, but you let that play out. And guess what? Auntie let it play out too. I didn't say a damn thing about it. I let it play right the hell out for everybody to be able to see what kind of person you are. And so here it is now. on your cotton freaking wedding day. You got all your girlfriends coming down there from Utah. You got your little prejudiced, racist ass friend AJ sitting up in a house talking about all these niggas look alike. Okay, now if y'all been with me, been with Auntie for the long haul, y'all know I have never used the N word on my daggone channel. Like never. I have never let that word come out my mouth. But that word that came out my mouth today. AJ looked at that and came up on that cotton freaking screen and said, I don't know which one is her husband. All these niggas up in here look alike. So I don't know which one it is. Plus, they up in here smoking marijuana. So I guess it's for their friends. And here I got my husband with me. He ain't gonna never trust me no more to come to a nigga wedding when these niggas get their wedding together on color people time and sitting up there. Let me I gotta calm down. And if Michelle ain't sitting up there looking like some homeless pilgrim with a big old yellow, bright ass yellow shirt on, would look like she got wingworm patches on the side of her goddamn face. Some y'all, I moved mountains to come here. Bitch, you sure did. You look like you've been mountain moving with your nasty looking, raggedy ass, trifling ass self. Y'all have misrepresented African American women. Andrea, you sitting up there talking about some, telling the daggone. Wait a minute. Okay, I got to calm. I got to calm down. I gotta calm down. So Andrea, so we see Andrea, on the beach. She goes and tells Lamar, basically, Lamar, I'm pressed for you. I want a whole family. That you already had a whole family. You got 3 kids of yourself. That's a family. I don't care if you got one child. That's a family. You everything about your life is fake as hell. You are faking that you a woman. You faking it. I don't even think you're a black woman. I actually think you're something else. I don't know what the hell you are. I'm looking at you, at your jaws and all of that kind of stuff. So I don't even think you're really a black woman. You tell me, write it down in the comments, Andrea or Lamar or somebody from Lamar's clan or family, and tell me whether or not she really black, because I don't even think she really black. So AJ, guess what? You didn't even get a black girl. You never had a black girlfriend, because that ain't what Andrea is. So she walks up to the end of the beach, probably 15 steps, and then she comes back and says, if I'm going to move to LA, what you're going to have to do is marry me. But you already knew that you was going to get married to him. Y'all had already locked that down. And Lamar was like, yeah, I love you. I love you. I love you. Yeah, he think he loves you now until he lives with you for about another year or two. And guess what? That ass going to be coming back, straight back up to Utah, living with the Mormons again, sleeping in a teepee with you and your kids. Let me tell you something. When you make a decision for your children, you have to make a decision for your children that's going to benefit them. You said out of your own mouth, Andrea, that your children deserve to be in Utah. You also said out of your own mouth that now you got to sit up there and raise your children around Crips and Bloods. You taking your children backwards. Your children can articulate well. They seem like they're intelligent. Now they was sitting in the back of the car asking questions you should have asked. When he came up and said that he had gotten shot, you didn't even know anything about it, and you've been holding it down for this man for 6 years. How the hell you not ask the important questions? Why didn't you ask him whether or not he ever dropped a bar of soap in the shower? Clink, clink to the bar of soap in the shower. So now you're going to tell the children. You're so rude and nasty with even how you handle the children. You're so demanding and commanding. And I hope that when your children get of age and they get to be 18 years old, that they even remember you. I hope that you still look. You got an opportunity to fix this, but right now you're a nasty trifling little hoe. Like I don't like for real, Andrea. Like you really have disappointed me and made me look at you and Lamar a whole different way. So anyway, I digress. We're gonna go head on. So the next thing we see her, back at the ranch. She's up in Lamar's brother's house. She up in D-Lo D's house, laying up in the bed like she's some queen up in somebody else's cotton freaking. She got her family and everybody there. And she gonna tell me some, y'all think I thought our family was bad. They make us look like the Hustables. Let me tell you something, boo. Don't nothing make you look like a Hustable, okay? Ain't nothing. Nothing. Make you look like Felicia Rashad or anybody else. Girl, you can't even hold a candle to Felicia Rashad or any of the people that played on that story. Don't you ever compare you and your family. Because remember, they had a whole family. You don't have a whole family. Remember, you only got a half of a family. Your dumb self. So anyway, she gonna sit up there, and Michelle is up on the wall looking, like I said, with wingworms spots all up on her face. Someone she'd have moved the mountain to get there, mountain moving bitch. And then so next thing Andrea talk about, she on the phone with the girl that's made her shoes. Someone she sold some shoes for $3,000, and this girl made it for a third of the price, and look like the oh my God, look like the girl tried her best to be jeweled the daggone shoes. And here you got some daggone glass heels, blocked heels up on some daggone shoes, thinking that that you like that. Girl, you light years behind the fashion and everything that's going on with them daggone shoes, them big old pearls and big old emeralds sitting up on the front of it, looking all waxed up, look like wax. Girl, buy plastic shoes. Oh my God. I could see if you had the girl to fake out some Christian Louboutins and put some, fake red bottoms at the bottom of it, some bloody shoes. But you sitting up there with some daggone raggedy, bejeweled, plastic looking shoes, and you're going to sit up there and tell that girl whatever your mother's emergency is, you tell your mother that you'll have to come back tomorrow and deal with this emergency. Like, Andrea, like, are you serious? I would have told you, kiss my. So anyway, we got the girl that's sitting out there, and she talking to Michelle and telling Michelle, "Do you care anything about my shoes? The shoes is why I'm getting married." No, the shoes is not why you're getting married. The reason why you're getting married is because you held it down for this man for 6 years. You went and sat in that waiting room, waiting to see him for hours, knowing that he was dating other women. Oh, you don't think I knew, Andrea? You don't think, Andrea, that I knew that you was going down to the jail and sitting up there with Lamar and other when you was taking your turn with other women who was coming up in the jail and seeing him allegedly? Let me put allegedly on there. You don't think that we knew, Andrea, that you weren't the only one that was going to see Lamar in the jail? You just was the one that had the cash in the ass, and you had a TV show waiting for him when he came out to help him with his alleged career. And as soon as the show came out, you and Lamar and everybody else was sitting up there sending his little CD and trying to get somebody to pay to listen to that. Come on, girl. You got game. You got mad game. They say that you've been in acting school for 6 years, and you know what? You couldn't even act your way out of a paper bag. The only thing that you did was reveal that you was one trifling, dirty, low down skank out that don't care nothing about your god daggone kids. You put your own selfish needs above your children. That's what you did. And then you're going to sit up there in front of the family and make yourself look even worse. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to tell you why I know you will never crud him off. Because you got a friend named AJ. You got a friend named AJ, and then AJ got the nerve to turn her nose up at somebody, and when I don't know which one is the husband. Well, guess what, AJ? When you came up in that, what you needed to do was make sure you walked the hell around and introduced yourself and found out who the husband was. But then you got to sitting up there, your Mormon friends sitting up in the cotton freaking reception, and they got tattoos going all up and down their arms and all up down their necks, looking like goth creatures. And you got the nerve to turn your nose up at black people. But then, Andrea, you're going to show the sales of blackness because you're going to have a wedding and make people sit 3 hours for some plastic ass bejeweled shoes. And then gonna sit up there and tell Lamar that this is my wedding and I don't care nothing about him. I don't want to hear about nobody's problems. I don't want nobody to tell me about their problems if you get shot, brother. You think that this cotton freaking Crip blood stuff is so romantic. You think that that's the best thing since sliced bread. Let me tell you something. You even sat up there and tried to make that thing look bigger than it was by giving him a daggone blue cake. Even Lamar was like, why the hell is the cake blue? And you gonna tell me, because you a Crip. You know what? If Lamar wanted to walk away from that daggone lifestyle, let him walk away from the lifestyle. But Lamar he got this little, I don't know what it is, but all of a sudden he the big man on the block, and he gonna sit up there and tell Nala when they found out that they was gonna have to stay. He gonna sit up there and tell Nala, you the best thing. I'm the best thing ever happened to you. What the did you mean by that? What do you mean you're the best thing? You gonna have to define that for me and make that thing make sense. because you're not the best thing. Now we see that Lamar got a little job and everything, and I know he had a job because when I was talking to Andrea, he was tired coming home from work and all of that, and he had to, you know what I'm saying. And then you know what? Everybody's redeemable. Andrea, you're redeemable. I would really love to see you come back next season and get yourself together. So let me tell you, she made sure that she had the number one slot. She made sure that she was the person that everybody was talking about from week to week. But at what cost to you, Andrea? What kind of career are you going to have when you sit up there on the show and you act ignorant like that? And then you got to sit up here and bring these daggone Mormon people in there. You have your wedding 3 hours late. People sitting up there at the table. Ain't no way in the world I would have sat there after an hour, 45 minutes. Wait a minute, hold up. 30 minutes, I would have been fidgeting. 45 minutes in at wait time, I would have been cussing. And 1 hour in, I would have been out of there. There's no excuse other than it really does take a long time to make up and beat the face of a trifling, nasty, low down, dirty, selfish person like Andrea. The average Black woman can beat her face in 20 minutes or less. But because Andrea is the low life woman that she is, it took a whole 2 hours just to beat that whole face. And then she gonna sit up there and put lotion all up on the face. There's no way in the world if I was a makeup artist, I would have even wanted to be in the room with her. And then people talk about, somebody mentioned in my comments that she's a bridezilla. She's lower than a bridezilla. And then, the thing about it was Tennyson went in there with Lamar and, put Lamar's tie on him. He asked him, about his tie. And he said, what you need to do is just be quiet because my mother, she liked everything to be about her. That meant that says a lot when your son can tell your future husband that you need to be quiet. The less you say, the better off you are. That means that you are a witch at home. But then you sit up there and want to hide behind the cloak of being a Mormon. Girl, get the out of here. I just, Andrea, let me tell you something, honey. I don't know. I don't know where you go from here. Where do you go from here? Was it worth it for you to come out here and act a straight plumb fool like that? Tell me, Andrea, was it worth it? Because what network is going to pick you up other than some scumbag network? WeTV put you out there and they did a lot of editing. I don't know if all of that stuff was editing, but you can't edit an asshole like you. You are what you are. They filmed what they saw. They did from according to everybody else, they take and put stuff together and take stuff apart and all that kind of stuff. But you's a straight up. I was very disappointed in what I saw. Let me tell you something, Lamar. You are not God's gift to nobody's child, but you're three, or you're two that you got, or you're one. That's who you need to be everything to. That's who you need to be the best thing that's ever happened in their life. And I don't have nothing against you. I just didn't like how you showed your ass out there. I really didn't. I lost a lot of respect and a lot of cool points. You lost a lot of cool points with me because you're not the best thing that happened to anybody. And you seem like you're just a sweet guy and you got it all together. You seem like you are Andrea's yin to her yang. And you seem like you're the level-headed one. But some of the stuff that you said and some of the stuff that you did, I didn't like. When she stood up there, you know what I'm saying, and you was getting ready to get married, you was sitting up there chewing gum. Like what man stands up there on the day of his wedding and chews chewing gum? And then acting like you're trying to kiss her and she talking about you the best. She gonna tell a woman not to say, for the y'all a train wreck. I wish y'all all the luck in the world. I would love to see y'all come back. I absolutely would. You all, one thing that I noticed is it seems that you all had really good family support. You really did. But you got this racist woman, AJ, in your house, and then you're going to have the nerve to have her walk down the aisle. And let me tell you why the people stayed. The people didn't stay because they really wanted to see a wedding. They stayed because they wanted some cheese, some macaroni and cheese and some chicken and some ribs and all the other stuff that you served. You sitting up there and your next thing you know, everybody's sitting outside at night. I thank you for your brother D-Lo D, because you know what, Lamar, he is giving you a chance, but you need to humble some things about yourself. You spent 18 and a half years in prison, and there's a whole lot of redeeming that you have to do. You don't stand up there and tell nobody's children that you just met. You just met that you're the best thing that's ever happened to you. You have turned their world upside down. You and Andrea, and neither one of you all thought about those children. And that's one thing about Auntie. If you want to piss me off and you want to make me mad, do something to somebody's kids. I don't care what you do with your life, but you don't mess with nobody's children. That is one of the things that makes me flip my wig. Like I could take my wig right now and twirl that around like this and throw it on the ground, pick it back up and put it on backwards and put a part in the middle of it and act like I never took the wig off. When you mess with children and you affect the lives of children, that's what makes me go to the other end. And I'm telling you right now, to my nieces and nephews, I really did like Lamar and Andrea from the giddy up. When I met them and talked to them the first time, I really did like them. And you know what? There's still a little place in my heart for Lamar, but I thought that he was extremely arrogant on this episode, that he showed his ass. I did not like the way he touched the little girl's hair. It was inappropriate for you to even put your hands on her, Lamar. And the thing about it is you put your hands on it with the permission of the mother. Andrea, you don't ever let somebody who's not that girl's biological father put their hands in her hair. That says a lot. When a man put his hands in it, God dang it, God, I don't want to go there. I'm telling you right now, I didn't like it. My nieces and nephews did not like it. You are letting Lamar go over boundaries that he should not be able to go. Let me tell you something. You're going to have to draw a line in the sand. And I'm not saying that Lamar is the type of guy that will have sex with your daughters. I'm not saying that at all, because I don't think that that's the type of guy Lamar is. But you're allowing Lamar to cross over boundaries that you should have up as a mother. It is your job to protect your daughters and to protect your girls. Now, I don't know why the baby daddy not in your life, but you know what? At this point, I don't blame him. I wouldn't be in your life either. I will pay your ass money. I will pay you extra just not to be in your life, because that's the type of person you are. You talk down to everybody that was around you. You talk to them like they were slaves and prisoners. And that's just not how you talk to someone. And let me tell you something, Andrea, you read what you sow. You read what you sow. What go around boogie boogie, it come back around. And I'm gonna tell you, there's gonna be a day of reckoning for both you and Lamar, where you're gonna realize how you treated people that day, how you treated the staff that was there to assist you over some damn raggedy ass shoes that you talk about was $3,000. You should have saved your money, all that money you was sending out to Lamar and riding up and down and buying him a daggone $10,000, $11,000, $13,000 car. You should have saved that money for them $3,000 shoes, because that you had on your feet look a hot mess. There's no way in the world. Then after you married him, you came around the corner, they slipped from underneath your big ass feet anyway. They didn't even fit right. And you sit up there and disrespect people that's there to serve you. You nasty. You nasty. Then you gonna tell Michelle, why the hell you in the room? You don't care nothing about my shoes. You are nasty. You the scum of the earth. And you gonna sit up, oh my God. Oh my God. Like I can't do you, Andrea. Like, where do you go from here? So you got your 5 minutes of fame. Let me ask you, where do you go from here? Who's gonna want to work with you? You worse than Monique. Ain't nobody going to want to work with you if you treat your staff like that. You would sell people out and treat people like that for a daggone what? A like, a click, and a subscribe. And I know daggone well you didn't make over $1,500 per episode. I know you didn't. You didn't even get nothing for it. Where do you go from here, nasty ass therapist? I feel sorry for your children. I really, really do. I really, really do. And I hate to come out here and whatever. Trifling bitch. You and Lamar. Trifling. And then Lamar, you're gonna have your little friend come down the aisle and walk the most racist woman in America down the aisle with a daggone stocking on his head. I said, what the fuck is this? And she's sitting up there walking around somebody's daggone house, talking about she smells some marijuana when they smoke more marijuana than we do any day of the week. Sitting up there with your friends with tattoos all up around. What the fuck your husband look like? AJ. Talking about he ain't gonna trust me no more around no black people. Andre ain't black any damn way. Got the nerve to be sitting up there talking about everybody, and you stop real short of calling them straight up niggas. You know that's exactly what you said when you was riding back in the car ride all the way back to Utah. Bitch. I'm done with them. I'm done with them. So Andrea, let's see what network picks you up next. Let's see if all of this was worth it to you to go out there and look like a natural bone food. Sell your children out for a chicken nugget dinner. It's all you could probably afford off of that little bit of pay that they gave your dumb ass. Stupid bitch. Thank you for the $20 super chat. Even when they sat at the table, the little old woman said he made atonement. So she was showing that she could be neutral and not be biased or think anything racial about it. So I apologize for that because I'm, you know what, I'm gonna open that. I'm Lord. Let me see what y'all saying. Okay, somebody said Miss Good Nurse 5,000. Mormons didn't even accept blacks until the 1970s. Okay, okay. Okay, okay, that's what just Sarah said. They were allowed until the 70s. I see a black woman walking around preaching. Yeah, they'll preach to you and they'll do missionary work. And I've seen them, but they all white. I've never seen a black one before in my life. How somebody asked a question. Let me see what this question was. Where a question go that fast? God dang it. I've met some. Brandy said, I've met some, and while they aren't racist to your face, they are very conservative and don't seem to have too much exposure to anything different. Thank you, Brandy, for that. Robin Yaski said, let's turn the page. What you mean by that, Robin? What you mean by let's turn the page, Robin? Jesse Gomez says, I've known some Hispanic Mormons, so I guess they allow a little color. Okay. You never realized that. Okay, somebody said something like that. Katie said crip cake. Okay. Um, only an ignorant black person would be a Mormon. And that came from Patrice Scott. Sophia Bill says, I guess when you're a fake person, you surround yourself with fake friends. True. G. Jordan said, come to think of it, all the Mormons. Oh crap, where did okay. Come to think of it, all the Mormons I know are white or look white. Okay, Jillian Bernelli said, hope she has a voice so she can have a blue baby shower. Mormons think black people are beneath them. That's what Patrice Scott said. Thank you so much for this super chat. That was from Xena64. Thank you, sweetie pie. Leo Goddard said Andrea full of whoop and mad black women look bad. Made black women look bad. Absolutely, she did. Lori Lexi said Andrea will do anything to be accepted, which includes being a black woman and marrying. I don't know what else she was saying. Nash Ill says she's a Mormon to get attention and feel special because she's black and the only black woman there. I agree with you on that. I agree with you on that. Nessa G said they don't allow blacks to be preachers. Oh, really? Okay. Sheer Reese says Mormon think black folks are the seed of Cain and cursed people. Really? Okay. Double Seven Trouble said AJ better be glad to know Crips was at the wedding and heard her talking crap. She would have gotten a face full of cake. PD Tucker said any black person following Mormons don't fully know what they think of blacks. Where was Lamar's daughter though? Exactly. Well, she wouldn't have been able to be there because her mother wasn't able to be there. The last person we're gonna talk about, y'all, we're gonna move off of them. The last person we're gonna talk about is James and Alla. James, basically has to eat his words. He reads some little tired letter that Alla left for him, indicating that their love was strong and they had built a strong foundation. Girl, bye, sit down. So, he's left, lost, and turned out. So he goes over to Chris' house, the same boy that he was disrespecting and telling him that he didn't know what he was talking about. Now he goes over to his house because he wants some sympathy and he wants to talk to somebody about it. Chris was really nice and he was generous with him and he basically let him know, you wanted to spend time with this girl. You waited almost a year for her to get out of jail and now she gets out of jail and she's right back on drugs again. So, it's like, okay, okay. He finally admits that he kind of figured that this was going on, the whole time, but he was turning a blind eye to it. Okay, we already knew that. Okay, you ain't said nothing new. So the next thing we see, him back at the apartment. And this months later, 3 months later, because Alla decided, to call her probation officer after she probably went to the hospital, called her probation officer and went to rehab. We see her coming down the hall strutting like she up on somebody's runway and that she done did something special. She's sitting up there, eating pizza and everything and kissing on him. Sure, her skin look a little better, but she still look really raggedy. And so, she sits on the sofa and basically says she don't know how she was immune to, how she didn't realize how vulnerable she was and could go back on drugs. Girl, bye. You know daggone well you were vulnerable. You just had never really kicked the habit. And as soon as you got up out of there, you started smoking cigarettes and you was doing everything that was going to lead you back to. As they say, cigarettes is a gateway to drugs. And a lot of people say that. I don't know if that's the truth or not, but a lot of people say that cigarettes is a gateway. So when you were standing out there and you the first time you met Chris, she had met Chris, after Chris said what he said, which was contrary to what James was saying, she stood out there and smoked a cigarette and was like, "Don't look at me like that." Y'all remember that? So she had already started having gateway drugs, which is nicotine, because she was running to nicotine trying to deal with the situation at hand. A cigarette, a drink, and all of that kind of stuff. That stuff is not going to help you deal with stressful situations or situations that may be a little bit, you know what I'm saying, confrontational. You have to stand up like a grown woman to say what you got to say. I think the second thing that probably drove her to going back to drugs was the fact that she met James' family, and they probably didn't accept her. She said that James didn't even tell his family the truth about where he met her at, and you know what I'm saying. So I'm sure all of that stuff played on Alla's mind, even though that was not a an excuse for her being the person that she was and doing the thing that she did. It was understandable because here it is, she hasn't had to cope with everything. She gets up in the morning, somebody's telling her how to live, how to be, when to poop, when to eat, doing all that kind of stuff. So here she's out, and then your own boyfriend, your own fiance, the one who been sending you money and holding it down for you, don't even tell people how he really met you. That had to been rough. And then you're sitting up there, and you're doing drugs and all that kind of stuff. He got you going back out and pimping you to be a model again. And that's not what you want to do, because that was a trigger for, and I'm sure that she had the conversation with him and told him that it was too much. She tried to tell him in the shower, this is too much for me. I'm not ready to go back to that, because all of that stuff brings in, drugs. Because remember, when she went to New York, she wasn't on drugs or using any drugs. It's when she got to New York, she met the guy, and the guy gave her drugs when she was a model. So to ask her to come out of jail and be modeling again, yeah, that probably was a trigger for her. And am I blaming James for what happened with Alla? Yes and no. He has put her in some positions that made that, that triggered those memories and those thoughts about using drugs, I guess. When you're an alcoholic or a drug addict, they tell you when you come out, you can't go back around the same crowd. You got to change your environment and change some of the people that you hang with. And here it is, everything that she was, in jail for and everything she walked away from him, he is reintroducing it back to her. At the same time, she's a grown woman and she should be able to make better decisions and better choices. But she hadn't been out long enough really to make good decisions or to really get her footing together, because he was like so pressed for her to live in Chicago that he was like, pressing, you gotta get a job, you gotta get a job. And then his eyes all bulging all out his head and everything. One of the things that I did like about what Alla and James decided was that they were not going to get married, that it's too much pressure on her. So, this girl really doesn't have good coping skills. What is this popping up on my screen? So sorry, y'all. So it's basically, you know, the best thing for her really was to not be with James. After she started using, she should have broke up with James, because James has this fantasy about who Alla is. He, when he said something to Chris about it, he was talking about her having this six-figure job. She's not that girl anymore. And I think that sometimes, you can come out and you can connect with a person that's going to either lift you up or a person that's going to tear you down. And in your life, you have to make those kind of rough decisions about, what you're going to do, what kind of people you're going to have around in your life, who's good for you and who's not. And I don't believe that James was a good fit for her. I believe that he was the type of guy who was an enabler. And because he was that type of guy and he wanted what he wanted when he wanted it, he put a lot of pressure on that girl, which I'm sure caused her to go back to drugs. Now, you all may not agree with what I'm saying, but if you really think about it, you coming out of jail, you just need to adapt. Like Dominique. Dominique he's out of jail and he's has enough sense and enough tenacity to not allow Mary to push him to get married, to get a tuxedo, to do all of that kind of stuff. Even to the point where, they got into an argument and things got a little rough. But he stood his ground. And with Alla, she tried to stand her ground. But James, just was insistent. I need you to move to Chicago. I need you to get a job. I need you to do this. I'm giving you everything. You got the good life. How could you mess up on this life? And how could you do this? Just back up for a minute. Let me get out of here and find out what kind of woman I can be. Let me find out what this world has for me right now. God damn, I just want to be left alone. But Alla didn't have the strength to do that. So guess what she did? She defaulted to what she knew. She defaulted to what was comfortable for her, what she had used in the past. Now, as we know, she's back in jail again, and she's waiting for sentencing. And so, hopefully she will cut him off. I really believe out of all of the couples, I really believe that she was the one who got the short end of the stick being hooked up with James. And James, I apologize if that hurt your feelings, baby, but I'm telling you, you just wasn't good for her. You're not the kind of man that she needs to be with. She needs to be with a man that's loving and compassionate and that is going to support her and that is not going to be putting a whole lot of pressure on her, but just going to be allowing her to be free. Because see, you see this beautiful woman, this model, and all of that kind of stuff, and that's your fantasy. That's why you're so fantasized. You just gross. And so, and so this is what you see, and this is what you wanted, and she just wasn't ready to be that woman. Alla, when you get out of prison, sweetie, don't go back to James. Let him find another fantasy somewhere else. Here it is, you straight up out of jail, and this man thinks it's a good idea for you to be pregnant. He's not the right man for you. You need to move on. Be strong. Do you, girl? Don't, stay out them stores, girl. Stay out them stores here and live your best life. So let me put my glasses back on, see what y'all saying out here, read a couple of more comments. I am getting ready to go live on Instagram. I will be sharing my Instagram screen with you all. So if you all want to come out and chit chat for a little while on Instagram, you're more than welcome to come out and do that. I did not mean for this video to be this long. Y'all forgive me for this video being so long. So let me go down here to the bottom and see what y'all saying. Sandra Shaw says he is not realistic. She just is coming back into society. Go back to your family. Amen. Goody Mom said, glad James didn't drag his kids into the show, but he has dragged his kids into the YouTube. Amy Maz said, James has kids and is still in court over custody support and visitation. That's right. Dre Lithicum, hey, Auntie, what's your Instagram? It's Auntie's Advice. It's the same exact thing. Um, does James have family with young kids? Yes, he does. He has two daughters, two beautiful daughters. I'm gonna try to go out and find a link again for his YouTube channel, but he shows in his YouTube channel that he got pictures with her, with his kids. Oh, she said, at Jillian Bernelli, congratulations on your 5 years of sobriety. Congratulations. That came from Carla Cooking Vegan. Hey, sweetie pie. She says that Jillian Bernelli has been sober for 5 years. Congratulations, sweetie, because I'm telling you, I know it's hard. I know people who have been addicted to drugs and alcohol and all that kind of stuff, and it's just not something that we, you just get over. You need help and people who gonna be in your shoulders. I mean, be behind you and all that kind of stuff. But that's so congratulations. My request for Instagram is pending for you. Miss Dyke is me. Okay, Miss Dyke, I'm gonna go out there. Are you sure that that's your name on Instagram? I will go out there pressuring her. She is an adult. She can even work at McDonald's. That came from Clinique. I would have a problem with James if it was me because he is a little pushy. Women don't like that. Absolutely. Hey, Carla Cooking Vegan Boo Boo. So anyway, I'm going to go out there, and if you need to be Dre Lithicum, if you need me to accept you, I'm going to take 5 minutes to accept everybody. I will be on Instagram. You can come on and talk personally with me on Instagram. I would love to do that. I can't wait to be with you all. Thank you so much for looking at this live chat and nightcap. I hope I didn't go off too bad on Andrea. I tried to be calm about the daggone thing, but when I talk about her, she like really makes me very angry. So yes, it is my Instagram name. Okay, I'll go out there and accept you right now. Love you all to pieces. Thanks so much for being out here with your auntie. Have a good week, and I will talk to you all soon. Bye bye, y'all.